I'd like to roll to attack, please.
We haven't started yet.
Oh.
Oh, goodness.
Hello, and welcome back to ApocaPodcast. Do we have a treat for you today? Because we are doing the first part of the alpha test. So, I have with me 4 very handsome men, Jeremy, Kyle, and Justin, and they will be my alpha test players today, and I will of course be the game master, and the adventure we are playing is called Lost Treasures of the Apocalypse, which is a adventure written by yours truly, specifically for this purpose. It has action, adventure, chases, a little bit of social interaction. It was specifically designed to touch on all of these different mechanics to test them out and make sure that they work properly. As a reminder to the players and for our listeners, I will read you the short primer. So, let's see what voice comes out here in a second. In the post-apocalyptic wasteland of Kita. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Mutated humans struggle for survival amidst bizarre beasts and rival factions. Despite this chaos, a group of intrepid adventurers set out on a daring quest to save a lost techno-archeologist from a deadly forest. With swords and laser guns at the ready, the adventurers must battle dangerous creatures and raiders to fulfill their mission and emerge victorious. Will they succeed in rescuing the explorer and claiming the treasure? Or will they meet a brutal end in this unforgiving world? Nailed it. Your faces say it all, guys. I appreciate it so much.
Speechless.
Wonderful.
Absolutely speechless.
This adventure, after we finish the alpha test, I'm actually going to post it on our Patreon page. Totally free. Anybody can go in, download it, run this adventure themselves. I don't know if it's going to stay free forever, because I wanted this adventure to be basically a free primer for the ABC game system, but it kind of grew. It started as 3 pages of notes and became 34 pages of notes, which it's honestly a lot for a new player. So we'll see. It'll be
There's no way I'm living. 34 pages, I'm dead. My guess, page 3.
So, death. That's a good question. I posed this to you, you guys, before we met. One of the things that I suggest in all of my adventures is to speak with your players about how they feel about death. Because one of the things you can do is you can just have, a player get knocked out, and then they come back later. Or you can have permadeath, and if that character dies in the adventure, then they're out. So what are you guys thinking? I have my ideas, but how do you feel about character death?
If we cannot die, can we truly live? So I am personally, this is not true for everyone, but I am a strong proponent of I die. Right? I like the real risk, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So not the Marvel model where everyone comes back always.
No. No, kind of more the Game of Thrones model, to where it's like, maybe we shouldn't have killed him off. That was a little too soon.
All the main characters are dead. All of them.
Who are these people?
Yeah, I think I'm fine with it. I think, if we put a lot of mental work into your character, that can be disappointing, I guess, but whatever. Let's just have fun.
I have eternal hope that I will live forever. So, but I'm also very reckless, so I know I'm going to die. So whatever.
Well, I'll tell you what. For the first session, I'll pull the punches. Unless you do, this is what I'll say. Unless you do something stupid.
Have you ever met us?
Have you? Remember who you're talking to?
Yeah, Kyle's like, well, I've never been stupid, but I've been at the other end of stupid.
Oh gosh.
I'm looking at you, Justin. But if you, unless you do something stupid, you'll survive the first encounter. After that, I'll say all bets are off, and we can, of course, touch on this later. But it is a one shot. So if Ron the barber dies, maybe Bob the podiatrist shows up, and we just keep moving forward.
I'm here to inspect your feet.
Yeah, I'm not going to use my main character then. I'm just going to do something else.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. If you're playing your own character for the main adventure, they will come back. This is a non-canon one-shot. I've put a bunch of spoilers and teasers and real information in here. But whatever happens in here stays in here. It's not going to change the actual campaign arc. So.
Okay.
I think that's enough
the Vegas episode.
Vegas episode.
Okay, I think that's enough words. You guys stop me if you have any questions, but I'm going to jump right into it. But our scene starts with our heroes riding motorcycles across the desert. The wind is blowing the dust around. There are some tumbleweeds rolling by. It's high noon, the shadows are short, and it's hot. You hear the revving of engines behind you, vroom, vroom, and hooting and hollering coming from behind you, as the raiders that you just ticked off are quickly closing in on you. It is not your fault that they're idiots and they left their loot out for the taking, but they seem to have taken offense to the fact that you stole their stuff. Ahead of you is mostly flat land with some small shrubbery. While you could stop and accept their challenge to fight, there isn't much cover here. Alternatively, you could head forward across the desert as you see some small cliffs and rocks up ahead, and you could try to lose them there or otherwise gain a strategic advantage. And so now I'm going to kick it to you guys. You guys can tell the listeners a little bit about your character, maybe what they look like riding on their motorcycle, and let's figure out what your character wants to do now that they're being chased by some raiders.
Who's going first?
I'm going to go ahead and say I don't know because I have a new character rolling in my head right now.
So you drive right into the raiders and die, and then the new character shows up.
No, I'm going to try to run. So let's go with my character's going to be more of an assassin, double-daggered, kind of sly, sneaky type of person right now. So little, small, and quick. So I'm hitting the nos, and I'm getting out of there. I'm going to the cliffs because I can climb.
Okay.
All right, sure. Yeah. So we've got the slightly aged man with a surprisingly immaculately clean red and white shirt. This is Barber Ron. He is whatever he needs to be to get paid. Beautician, barber, dentist, surgeon.
Okay.
I love it.
He sells snake oil?
No, he doesn't sell snake oil. He's a little bit better than that.
Is he like?
He's mostly qualified.
Okay.
Is he like? What's his name from Gilmore Girls? Don't act like you haven't seen it.
I have not seen
the guy
it.
that does everything in the whole town. I know, Justin. You've been forced to watch it, right?
Kirk.
Yeah,
Kirk,
he was in Guardians
yes.
of the Galaxy.
Kirk, yes. He shows up in every part of town doing every job.
Oh man. Yep. Ron the barber looks like Kirk in my head.
So he's just like, all right. And so dinging a motorcycle as it's running through, and he's just like, he can't get more fuel into this thing. Why can't I get more fuel into this thing?
Okay. All right. So he's trying to make it for the hills too.
Alrighty. So I just came up with my name about 10 minutes ago. It's Scrapper John. So Scrapper is my title, and John is my name. I'm going for like the most vanilla guy.
I like it.
Very run-of-the-mill, maybe 30 years old or so. Kind of just grew up in the wastelands, collecting scrap and trying to sell it, make a living, get by. And then he came across some, maybe you can speak more into this, Eric, because I don't know the details of it, but like the techno-archeologist guild kind of works with them, getting parts. And he's not like, he's part of the guild, I guess you could say, but he's not like like they kind of like him, but he's kind of on the outside. You know, he just kind of does stuff for them. He's not like, again, just super average. So, yeah, Scrapper John, and he. Oh, I think are we going over like boons and liabilities, that kind of stuff?
If they come into it, feel free.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll get through this fight, and then we'll kind of open up a little bit. But I mean, if it's pertinent, we can certainly address it.
Well, I was just gonna say, so my character has crippling social anxiety, and so he doesn't even want to talk to people. Never mind fight them. So yeah, he's also on the run. He's out of here.
What's his Twitter handle?
Oh gosh.
Or his X handle?
His X. Oh yeah. I know. I just call it Twitter X now because I don't know.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, my character's name is Gray.
Gray, nice.
Because he's shady, shadowy.
Not evil, but gray.
Right. He's not quite, you know.
Thank you for not having your name rhyme with ours.
Oh yeah, it's just Gray, and that's it.
John and Ron. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Oh. Never mind. I'm going back in because we could be triplets.
You're gonna be yelling to us, and we're both gonna be replying, "What?"
Yeah. John and Ron.
Can't hear you over the engine of this sweet hog I'm on.
Oh man. All right. So you're all trying to book it out of there. To the cliffs, and so what I'm going to have you guys do is we're going to basically do a driving check to see how well you can control your vehicles. And so in the ABC system, the ability to kind of work with mechanical stuff is hidden under your know-how. Do y'all need a reminder on how to roll?
Yes.
For those of you who are listening, because obviously all my players know exactly what they're doing.
Always.
The ABC game engine
100%.
uses two 6-sided dice, right? The standard dice that you get like in a Yahtzee box. I recommend having 2 of different colors. I have my bullet-shaped dice, numbered 1 through 6 in black, and then 1 through 6 in red. And so one of your dice is going to be the positive die, the other one's going to be the negative. And so if I roll a 1 on my positive die, and a 2 on my negative die, I'm going to subtract them, so 1 minus 2 is -1. That's my modifier. And I'm going to take my know-how, so if my know-how is 3, I would do 3 minus 1 gets me to a 2. So, bottom line, roll dice, subtract numbers, add know-how.
Ruh-roh.
All right. We're going to roll some know-how?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see how well you handled your hogs.
Well, I have a -4.
Oh, it's not as bad as me.
Because one's positive and the other's negative, correct? Yeah. So, -4.
Okay. Even with your know-how?
Because I have 0 know-how.
Okay. Yep. Which makes the math easier.
The know-how,
Yeah.
The know-how we add to it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And it's +1 for each level, I assume?
Yep.
Oh, good. So I'm actually +1 then. Yay!
Sweet.
So Barbaron, with his know-how is a strong suit. He got a 4.
Oh, yeah. Barbaron and Scrapper John pull ahead, driving across the desert. They get a nice flat patch, and they just lean back and go forward. Gray, you're trying to follow them, but your wheel just kind of catches into a rolling tumbleweed that happens to come by at the wrong moment, and you just kind of hiccup. And so, unfortunately, what ends up happening is these 3 grease monkeys start pulling up, and they form a triangle around you, one on either side of you and one behind you, and they start hooting and hollering, and now they're closer and you can get a good look at them. And what you see is they appear to all be some kind of apes and monkeys, and they're hooting and hollering and sound like gibbons and howler monkeys, and they're very upset at you. And is there anything you want to do in this situation?
I'd like to attack.
You'd like to attack. Okay, cool. So there are 2 to either side of you, hooting and hollering at you. They're basically riding the equivalent of like those cheap motorcycles, or like motocross. They're not fancy, right? Same with you guys. They're not fancy motorcycles or anything like that. They're just kind of cheap motocross. And there's one guy who's got a little bit nicer bike, a little bit nicer armor. He's wearing a big leather jacket with spikes on his shoulders. You can tell he's kind of like the head honcho guy. So the other two are more or less, you can tell they're not quite as great. Who do you pick?
The guy to my left.
Guy to your left, okay.
The guy to my left.
Sweet. All right. So you're just going to go ahead and roll an attack for me. Same rules, right? So positive die minus negative die plus your attack stat.
-1.
All right. So what's your weapon?
I am kicking them.
Kicking them. So if you're going to kick them...
Yeah.
Is your body stat any different? Or I'm sorry, your know-how stat? No, your know-how's 0. Your attack's probably higher than that.
No, my know-how is 0.
Okay. So you kind of swerve over there and you try to kick him in the tire, and he sees you coming. He just kind of pulls away from you. He starts laughing at you, pointing his big monkey finger at you. And now it is their turn. And so they're a little upset at you. And so the two that are on either side of you, they're going to try to come together and squish you like a sandwich. And just kind of shoulder you together. What's your Oh, actually, I don't roll. You roll. I forgot. You roll defense.
Oh. So I add my defense to this? -1.
You're on a roll.
Okay, so these guys come in, and they start to sandwich you, and they're just shoulder to shoulder with you, and they're going to try and divert you into like a small bush, right? So you're not there yet, but they're trying to put you off course and basically get you to crash. And then the one that looks kind of like more of a leader, he turns back and says, all right, see, you guys get the naked monkey, and I'm going to get the other ones. And he starts peeling out and leaving you there with the other two. And so that brings us back to the top of the order. Ron and John, you see your friend... well, I would assume you hear him call out that he's coming after you, and you hear some fighting going on, and you look back over your shoulder, and you see that Gray is kind of flanked by these other two grease monkeys. And I will remind you that as this is a one-shot, you guys are a team. You don't necessarily need to like him or risk your life for him, but I suspect that you would feel something about this. You could go ahead and leave him in the dust, but you can also drop back and help him. That's up to you.
Well, I guess this is a cooperative game, so...
You can cooperate with John by leaving Gray. That is an option.
Nice.
Trail. No. Barbaron sees Gray getting threatened, and kind of does a little wheelie-yui.
Oh, yeah.
And on the sand, and revs it and goes back down.
Sweet. Okay, so that is... free. You don't need to roll to slow down. You are, man, if you turn all the way around to head right towards them, you can basically get there very quickly, right? Because you guys, you were driving in the same direction, and so your relative speed was maybe like plus or minus 5 miles an hour. But if you're going to stop and turn all the way around, it's like plus or minus 50 miles an hour. So if you want to be right on top of them, you can. If you want to, you can choose your distance, or you can shoot or do whatever you want to do. But I'll give you that option. And Jeremy, I'll let you jump in too if you want to say something. I'm being a little loose with the initiative.
Just so Kyle knows what I'm going to do, I'm not going to turn around, but I'm just going to lay off the gas and kind of try and keep pace, like, so I'm not getting too far ahead. Actually, I would like to slow down enough to kind of catch back up, but I'm not turning around.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to do something entirely reckless because I've got the know-how, I got the confidence. Let's see if I have the wisdom. I'm going to rev in full speed and try to aim my motorcycle into them.
Oh, right.
And roll out.
Oh, so you're just going to use it like a weapon.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay, sweet.
Sick.
I know what I'm doing.
So,
I know I didn't do it. I have no idea what I'm doing.
So I will say that they are flanking Gray right now. So if you're throwing your motorcycle at them, you're going to have to make a choice. You can throw your motorcycle at one of them, and kind of keep Gray out of the mix, or you can throw it at all three of them.
Well, I'm seeing Justin nod, so I think I need to get all three.
All right.
Go for it.
Right, so roll a know-how, right? Because that's how we handle our motorcycles, is with our mechanical know-how. And I'm going to have Gray also roll mechanical. What's better, your defense or your mechanical?
Where's mechanical?
I'm sorry, your know-how. My bad.
Definitely defense. I have 0 know-how.
I'll let you roll defense because this is like an attack.
Yes.
Also, I don't want to kill you on the
Finally.
first encounter.
Okay, all right, not bad. Go ahead.
I have 3.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. These other two guys, they're not great at handling their motorcycles. They're the kind of like the flunkies of the group. And so Ron comes in, he turns hard and starts to skid this motorcycle on its side. He dumps and tumbles out of the way. And how do you get out of the way, Gray? This motorcycle is coming right at you.
If it were me,
Yeah.
I'd do a sick wheelie and jump it.
Oh, yeah. I like
G.I.
it.
Joe style.
These other two grease monkeys are on either side of you trying to jostle you around, and then they see this motorcycle coming at them, and they kind of like lose focus, and so they give you just enough space that you can pop a wheelie, and you use this motorcycle like a ramp. Get sweet air. These other two, not so smart. However, they try to turn at the wrong moment, and the motorcycle catches their front wheels, and they both go tumbling end over end.
Nice.
Giant explosions everywhere.
Yes.
They're out of the fight.
It's okay. I can fix that.
You could fix the exploded wreckage of motorcycles or the exploded grease monkey.
I was talking about the crispy monkeys, but yeah, that works too.
Sweet. Cool. That happens. And Jeremy, you've only done one thing this turn. I don't know if you want to do something else. And then same with you, Gray. You are now free to basically do whatever you want.
How far ahead am I from the head honcho, the head monkey? Chimp.
Not that far. He's probably... So while this is all going on, Ron zips past you, and you're just like, what? And he zips past the head grease monkey, who also is just kind of like, well, that was dumb. And then there's you look over your shoulder, see this giant epic explosion of motorcycles. And so the head grease monkey is probably only about, I'll say 25 yards behind you.
Okay.
So that's, you could take a pot shot at him over your shoulder if you wanted.
I'm just going to jack the brakes on, let him catch up.
Sweet. Okay. So I'll have you slow down again.
Especially now that I saw a ball of fire and my two traveling mates in trouble.
Yeah, so to paint the picture again, and I'll jump back to Gray right after this, is it's now the three of you are more or less at the same distance as the head grease monkey, because your friends have all slowed down, and then probably about another 25 yards behind you is two more grease monkeys, but Ron is currently on the ground right now.
Mm-hmm. Am I assuming that his bike is destroyed?
It's probably in better condition than the others because it just got kind of hit in the front and rear wheels.
Okay. I just didn't know. Do I need to pick him up?
I was curious about that. If I need to be
Yeah. Do I have to go, get on?
Yeah, he dumped the bike and rolled off to the side. So if you want to be fancy, you can just like throw an arm down, lock arms, and try and like throw him on the back of the bike.
Do that horrible scene from Lord of the Rings where Legolas picks up, is it Gimli?
Yeah.
It's the worst.
I choose that.
Not the bed.
Yeah. And not like hand to hand, but like hand grasping wrist. You know, that like real manly thing. Yeah, like that.
Okay, yeah. You can roll me. I'm going to have you both roll. Gray is going to roll know-how to control his bike, and Ron is going to roll body to, basically control his body as he starts getting dragged by a motorcycle.
I'm nervous, but that makes sense.
Yeah. -1. If I knew know-how was going to be this big, I would have at least added one.
That's
I'm sure once we're off the motorcycles, it'll improve.
Yeah.
3.
3. All right, I'm gonna say that's good enough. Gray comes in. He's flying through the air. He lands a little bit hard, and it kind of scares Ron a little bit. Thinks he's gonna run him over, but then he does a quick turn off to the side, and Ron can basically use his muscles to kind of throw himself back onto the end of the bike. And I'm gonna say that there's like a half second where like you're like holding on to the back of the bike and kind of like sliding on your heels. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna need an adjustment.
But you eventually get back on, and you're okay. Yeah.
I studied chiropractic, so I'm good.
Sweet. I like that character, the know everything character. Cool. All right. So that's going to bring it back to the Grease Monkeys on this turn. The 2 in the back, they're just kind of hooting and hollering, and they're going to take a shot at the 2 drivers. So John and Gray roll defense for me as these guys are shooting. They're just small handguns. You can't tell what, you know.
Ron and Gray, I'm assuming.
Yeah. No, John. Because John is driving. And Ron is on the back of Gray's motorcycle.
I have a 3.
Sweet.
I was way ahead, I thought. That's why I was confused.
Oh, no, they're shooting at you at a penalty.
Oh, okay.
They're just basically they're throwing lead down range in your general direction.
Oh, man. Wait, what category? Sorry.
Defense.
Oh, defense, so +1.
Yeah, perfect. All right, they're trying to get lucky. They're just shooting in your general direction. They don't get anything.
Gotcha.
The main Grease Monkey, however, is now very confused and angry at all of this. And let's see, what is he going to do? He's going to pull up next to, I guess it's going to be John, because John slowed back to be in line with the head Grease Monkey, right?
Yep.
And he says, "Hand us back our loot, you filthy naked ape!" And he pulls a shotgun out of his side holster, and he's going to try and take a shot at your motorcycle tire. So roll one more defense for me.
So that's 5.
Perfect. You see it coming. You just pop a wheelie, and he just shoots right under your bike.
Nice.
And that brings us back to you guys.
Alrighty. Just keep going in order.
Oh, actually, have everybody roll me a know-how, just to see how well you're riding your bicycles. Your bicycles!
We all know how this is going to go.
4 +4.
1!
Positive!
Yeah!
I got 1!
5.
Perfect.
Oh!
You gotta hit the thrust. Hit the throttle.
Yeah.
All right, so Gray handles his bike well enough. Maybe it's mechanical adjustments he made earlier as he was taking care of it, but you got a little bit more speed than everybody else, so if you want, you can pull ahead. Otherwise, everybody's basically at the same distance.
All right.
I'll say we're probably about 2 rounds out from the cliff.
All right. Yeah, at this point, Barbara while he's speeding up, getting enough, he's trying to get to yelling distance, and he's like, "That wasn't loot! They were commission fees!"
Sweet.
Yeah, I think we just keep going.
Okay, yep.
Giving it the beans.
Okay, so... Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, since he's pretty close to me, I was going to take a shot at him.
Do it.
Alrighty.
Attack. And what are you attacking with?
My crossbow.
Ooh.
Oh,
Like it.
1, 1, 0. So it's a 0.
All right, you take a shot at him. He just kind of ducks out of the way. It shoots right over his head. Anybody else? Because we're at the top of the order, so all of you can attack him if you want.
I'm gonna pull out my what do I have? A pistol, laser pistol.
Sure.
Yeah, let's
Whatever you want.
laser pistol. All right. I'm like, hopefully the modifications I did on this were enough. So, I'll try to attack.
Do it. Roll an attack.
All right, here we go. Let's get fortunate. That is a 2.
2 is enough. And so you come in there with your laser blaster, and you fire this guy, and he gives this kind of like hard turn on his motorcycle to try, but he can't quite get out of the way. And you see this blast of energy come out, and you just singe all of the fur off the back of his shoulders, and so he's got this nasty burn all along the back. But it's not like a deadly wound. It's just he's really not going to like that in the morning. Cool.
My turn?
Oh yeah.
I am fumbling around looking for a tire iron. Something that I could jam in the spoke of his motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
We're talking Indiana Jones, jamming the flagpole in the front, flipping this monkey out of here.
I love it. I say you have that.
So I roll with my attack. I got a 1.
A 1. All right, so you come in there, you pull up next to him, you try to jam this tire iron into the spokes, and it just kind of like skitters along the spokes, but it kind of makes him wobble, and then he tries to come back in, and he's going to try and like ram you. Oh man, I said it. I didn't think who it was, so roll a know-how.
Barber John, I'm sorry.
It's Ron.
Ron. Barber Ron. We got a -3.
So you're sure you don't want to call Gray Gron?
I could. If we're triplets, I'll do it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, gosh.
Just call me Barber.
Barber. Yeah, so -3.
-3. All right, so he comes in there. He's going to slam into you. It's not bad. It knocks you off course a little bit. You drive down into what might have possibly been a dried riverbed, but it kind of sends you off course compared to everybody else. And so it's just going to slow you down. Everybody tell me what they want to do. Any order, because they're back at the top. The other monkeys, they're way in the back. You've lost them already. So this is our last one.
Fire again. For a 1.
1. Take a shot at him. He swerves out of the way.
I got a 2, and I'm trying to jump out of the riverbed onto him.
You do it. You pop out. You come flying through the air. You crash down on him.
No!
You just squish him flat.
Oh.
That's it. He's done for. You see the bike go down. You hear crunch. You go zooming off. And now there are 2 more of these grease monkeys, but they're way back. They're probably 200 yards behind you. And so when you hit the cliffs, you can. It's kind of like they're mesas, like New Mexico. This isn't necessary. I always describe it differently. Anyway, but you know what I'm talking about. It's those tiered mesas, and so it's almost like a maze. And so you can get in there and you can kind of bob and weave through the different mesas, and you lose them. They can't follow you. And so you have successfully completed the first encounter.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Wow.
I don't get it. I thought they wanted a full treatment. They said everything, and so I shaved everything, and I don't know what they're complaining about.
Meanwhile, I got a backpack full of their loot.
Oh, you actually stole from them. Okay.
Yes. I gotta collect my loot.
Okay, all right. First rule. If you're going to take their money, at least make them feel like they agreed on it, and it may not be fair, but it's at least, it was on paper.
I don't really know how to talk to a weird chimp like that, but maybe next time?
I mean, it's just like how you talk to a normal weird person.
Yeah, don't.
Just how do I talk to you?
I don't do that well either.
You two should shut up.
I'm okay with that. Let's move on.
Easy there, Gron. Great. You actually never told me what you do for a living.
Things.
I do things too.
Yep.
Sorry. I like to, I'm a people person.
No, my dad was His name was Jojo, and he hated everybody. So that rubbed off on me.
Let me guess, he never told you that he loved you.
Not unless getting punched in the face is an act of love.
I guess in some weird ways it could be, but probably not. Well, this is awkward, so maybe we should keep riding.
I love it.
Just idle. Not the engine, just the conversation.
Yeah. No, this is good. You have some banter. You probably have I don't know, maybe like an hour-long drive through the desert at this point. You guys have your motorcycles. You got your saddlebags filled up with some loot. And you know where you're going. You're driving back to the central trading hub for all of Kita, which is, I have the name here, Torchy's Trading Hub.
Torchy's.
So you have all been there. You probably have some familiarity with what you can do there. But it is the place to go and trade goods, right? It's smack dab center of the continent. So people come from all around, all the different regions in order to exchange and trade and do all this good stuff. And what you know...
Almost forgot. I gotta put on my hat, sunglasses, fake beard, for precaution.
Yes. If there's anything you want to do before you get into town, now is the time to do it. What you know about Torchies is that even though most of the world is basically a free-for-all, Torchies has a local guild known as the Scorpions. And so the Scorpions are basically the police force. There is no real government. So these are the people that somehow they've basically become the authority. And that's basically their territory. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So as you're driving, it probably takes you about an hour to get back. What you see on the horizon is far off in the horizon. You will see Torchy's Trading Hub, but you will also see as you get closer a number of Scorpions, couple outposts, people with, again, small motorcycles and vehicles, and they're just gonna kind of pull up aside while you're driving in, and they've got kind of like these emblems that look like a red scorpion on them. So that's not to say people can't impersonate them, but you're more or less confident that this is the Scorpions. And so they're going to come up, they're going to pull aside, and they're going to direct you to this small, I guess I'll call it an encampment. It's really just like a tent. There's just this tent, and they're going to direct you over there to kind of stop before you get into the actual trading hub. You guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, sure, I'll comply.
Yep. Okay, so they will escort you in, and then once you get to the little tent, they just point and they say, "You see the one with the nice armor, and he's kind of got the black hair with the red tips? That's the guy you want to go talk to." And then they're just gonna leave. And so you'll pull in, and this individual approaches you, and he is about 5'10". Again, black hair with red tips, kind of like spiky, just a little bit. I wrote it was a tousled faux hawk.
Tousled? Okay.
Yes.
It's like one half of the faux hawk like here and the other here.
I like that. We'll go with that.
Wind blown.
And one side of his head is just kind of shaved, right? Where that kind of like half hair thing. Oh, actually, yeah, that's what it is. This side's shaved, and then the hair kind of flips over. And it kind of has lines and fades and all that good stuff in there. And he's got some clean, intentional-looking scrap armor, right? So pieces of salvaged metal that have been kind of stitched together in a very purposeful manner, so you can tell that he's not just any old Joe. This guy has some rank. And it kind of reminds you of like a samurai's armor, in a sense. So that's to just give you a little bit of a visual. And so this guy approaches you, and he just kind of looks you up and down, and he's got like two fellows with him, but they're kind of hanging back, and he goes, "Okay, so You guys have a good haul today?
Oh yeah, that was very good haul. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I deal with some nasty raiders.
Oh, raiders in the desert, huh?
Well, I mean, it wasn't exactly at the beach, so yeah, the desert.
Yeah. Cool.
Snarky.
Well, as you know, we're the Scorpions. We kind of take care of this place, and we're just hanging out here. Have you guys been here? Have you been to Torchy's before?
No, not at all. Never once. The Scorpions, is it? Yep, never heard of you before.
Oh, well, it's your lucky day, man. My name's Apex, and he hands out his hand.
Nice to meet.
I imagine this is like a limp fish handshake. Okay, then. Cool. Well, anyway, I'm Apex. I run one of the platoons of the Scorpions, and we're basically the peacekeepers around here. So when you get into Torchy's, you're going to see a bunch of us walking around, and we all have this scorpion emblem on our chest, this red scorpion, right? So if you're in trouble, if you need any help, you can come find us. We're paid by the owner of the establishment. You know, he does his business, and he gives us a little piece of it to kind of maintain order. And that's, honestly, that's why we're here right now. Two things. One, to catch people like yourself and give you the 411, so I'll start with that. When you get into Torchy's, you know, we're there, we're a presence, but we are there to make sure nobody dies. Everything short of that, we don't really care about. So when you get in there, and I want to be very clear about this, and he does that, like, eyeball thing.
Can I interrupt him? I'm going to interrupt him, so raise my hand and say, where can I find a, and then I just stare off and forget what I was saying.
He just kind of, like, stares at you, and then he, like, slowly leans his head back to Ron. Just, like, ignores that ever happened. I want to be very
Ron just
clear
kind
on
of opens his eyes, just like...
Absolutely no lethal force. You pull out a weapon, we're going to put you down. Got it?
Right. Got it.
Understood.
Right, and he's going to go through and he's going to point at each and every one of you to make sure that you know that there is no lethal force in town. The Scorpions are the only ones that are allowed to use lethal force. So you can fight, you can brawl, but if you draw a deadly weapon, somebody's going to get the Scorpions. Does that make sense?
I'm just going to kind of...
Out of game, does that make sense?
I'm just going to pat my crossbow further down into my backpack.
Yeah, weapons are allowed, though.
Yeah,
like, if you continue this conversation with you, like, you're totally allowed to be walking around town with guns and armor, and you just can't draw it and start a fight.
I'm just uncomfortable with it.
That's quite the honor system you got going.
Well, we have a presence. It's sometimes you don't see us, but we're always around if you just shout.
That's fair.
And so that brings me to the second part, which is that payment that I was talking about, how the owner kind of gives us a little bit of a payment. Well, this is how we collect it. As people come in with their trade goods, we take a portion of it and send them on their way. So if it's okay with you, we're just going to search through those saddlebags, and you can obviously kind of barter with us if there's something special that you want to keep, but we just basically take 10% off the top and we call it a day. And at this point, the other two kind of like get a little bit more attentive, and they kind of like stand and they like put their hands on their weapons, but they don't draw anything. And I will just kind of mention, because it's hard in the audio format, that on the way in, you probably saw like 24 Scorpions. They're not here. Right here, there's only 3. But in total, there was probably a couple, like 24 of them.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the situation, so I just hand him my backpack.
Okay. Yep.
Ron is also familiar with the situation, but he's going to do what he normally does and just try to see if there's an alternative source of payment he can make. And just like, before we get into that, perhaps it would be, here, let me show you this, and this is what it's worth. But I can give you something of equal or better value, and that is a holistic health inspection.
A health inspection?
Oh, yes.
Like I would do for a food establishment?
Not health of food, health of body.
That's worth quite a bit.
A medical examination, making sure that you're treating yourself as well as you should.
Well, I can see. Are you still in your barber outfit? Like, are you still red and white stripes?
Yes, just different beard, glasses, and hat.
Okay, you say, well, I can see you're a barber, and you know, I do have some friends that might need a checkup. Are you any good?
I'm qualified.
All right, so I'm going to have you make a savvy roll to convince him that you are a qualified doctor.
That would be a 2.
2. I'm going to ask you, and I want you to be honest with me. Are you a qualified doctor?
His medical skill is his best skill.
Okay, right. It's you have a specialty in
specialties in medicine.
Right? Oh, so talking about boons and liabilities, we did say that you could use your focus area and your specialty to apply a bonus if you were doing a savvy roll to convince someone something about your medical background.
Oh, yes. Okay.
That should be an extra +2, which brings you up to 4.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I start pulling out my stuff. I'm like, I have here a few medications that are not expired, surprisingly. That would be great for pain relief, great for gastrointestinal tracts, great for pain in the gastrointestinal tract.
He's just like, because he doesn't... He's a smart guy, but he's not necessarily like a surgeon. So he just kind of nods his head. He goes, well, I tell you what, we do have a couple people that could use some looking after. So this is what I'll tell you. If you let us look through your stuff, just kind of evaluate the value, then we can probably come up with some kind of a deal. We'll let you keep some, I mean, I just got to tell you, part of this is we're looking for contraband. So we just got to go through and look for things. And, assuming everything's kosher, we'll let you keep, whatever value of your medical services. We'll just let you keep that and pass it through. Sound good?
I reckon that's a fair deal.
Cool. And so there's kind of like 2 tables, like if you're going into Disney World or Disneyland, where you just put your bag and they kind of rifle through it with a stick and move you down the line. And so John and Ron are getting their stuff inspected by the other 2 scorpions. I have not heard anything from Gray.
Because I'm ready to shank somebody.
So I will say that you have been here. You've been to Torchy's before. If you want to... Is there something that your character is feeling besides anger? Like, do you want to make a social roll of some kind?
I was just going to try to do a sleight of hand. Be like,
yeah.
Here's your money. But actually keep some of it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So you can probably use a sleight of hand to, like, pocket some small trinket, but your loot, which I haven't explained at all, is actually pretty large. You've got like saddlebags full of like big items.
So I'm not putting things in my pants.
Yeah, it would be quite obvious if you were to try and stuff something down your pants. It'd just be like, oh, you should go talk to Ron. That looks infected.
Gray's just got like jingly cargo pants.
Yeah. So actually, I haven't explained the loot. A large chunk of it is actually from scorpions. There are, in the south, very large scorpions, and I've previously described them in the podcast as being like car-sized or sedan-sized scorpions, and so taking these out and fighting them is a little bit hard. And so you really have scorpion parts, which we will learn very soon in the future can be refined into an oil that you can use as gasoline.
Ooh, I like it.
So that's why it's not like you're taking somebody's Rolex and putting it in your pocket. But if you want, I can kind of say that there's something like that in there, and then just kind of give you a little bonus at the end.
No, I gotta mess with it a little. So I will talk to him and be like, I've been here before. You've already taken too much. I'll give you 5%.
Mate, Fortunately, it doesn't work that way. We negotiate our rate with the owner of Torchy's, so unless you know Torchy himself, unfortunately I gotta insist on 10%.
Yeah, we also know that you give Torchy half of that, so I'm cutting you out of this. 5.
And so he'll kind of like posture himself a little bit taller, and he just kind of snaps his fingers, and the other two who are kind of like rifling through the bags just like look up, and they just like start to snicker with themselves, and then they put their stuff down, and all three of them are going to stare at you.
While they're doing that, I'm going to kind of just throw everything back in my bag and get distance between them all.
He goes, I tell you what, 25%.
I would like to attack him.
No.
Sorry, guys.
I was
weapon?
looking forward to scorpion tail margaritas.
Are you attacking him with a weapon, or are you like punching him?
I'm gonna throat punch him.
Okay.
Okay,
I just keep walking.
You can make... So first, we got to roll initiative. So everybody who wants to be in the fight is going to
You guys can run. It's okay.
I think Ron and John are...
I'm already putting my cloak for my social anxiety on and kind of like covering myself. My like safe space. I'm already like, you're behind me. I'm not even facing you, so you're on your own.
Ron kind of whispers to John and says, "The last time I was here, I owed a lot of money. So I do not want to get more attention."
I mean, you can always offer to pay for me.
Man.
I mean, if we're being honest, it's probably going to be pooled loot anyway, so you'd have to negotiate. Once you got into town, you guys could exchange if you wanted to do credits like that.
By the way, I got a 4.
Was that was your luck roll? Just the dice? Or was that
Oh, just the dice? 0.
Okay. What's your body stat?
2.
Okay, so that's your initiative. Your 2.
Oh, initiative is 2.
So, before we commit to this, Ron has beseeched Gray, and Gray is still attacking.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, Apex is faster than you, and he sees you telegraph your throat punch, and he's going to deflect your punch, kind of Mr. Miyagi style, and he's going to try and restrain you. So make a defense roll for me.
1, 2, 3.
So unfortunately, 3 is not enough. He puts you into an armbar and slams you down on... I assume you're still on your motorcycle at this point. I don't think you would have gotten off. Unless you...
Oh.
Yeah. So he'll just slam you down, and so your one arm will be out like on your motorcycle bar, and he's going to be leaning into your back, and he's going to be saying, "I really, really encourage you to pay the 10%. And at this point, the others have drawn like batons, and they're starting to kind of surround you. Actually, one of them starts to reach for a radio and says, hey, Junior, we got a little bit of a situation over here.
I'm just sitting on the ground, kind of like watching it, side-eyeing with this whole thing, and singing to myself. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful day.
So if you don't do anything, the other two are going to come over and they're going to forcibly remove your bags while Apex holds you. You can interrupt me at any time, but if you don't do anything, they're going to come over, they're going to remove the bags and start searching through it. And then after they've searched through it, they'll be like, "Nothing in here, boss," and you'll see them sweep some stuff off the table into their own personal bins and very roughly shove it back into your saddlebags, and then Apex will let you go. "Pleasure doing business with you." And he just kind of turns his back and walks off.
And I'll stab you later.
You can tell that he's heard you, but he's not gonna do anything about it. But he definitely heard you.
Good.
Okay, and so at that point, y'all have your stuff back. Gray's stuff is a little bit more disorganized than everybody else's. And the bag feels just a little bit lighter than the rest. But you made it into town. You're not dead.
Sorry about that. Nice to meet you. What were you thinking?
No, you didn't get any of you obviously didn't do any medical treatment, so he just took the standard rate from Ron.
I respect that.
So, yeah. You made it into town. Congratulations. This feels like a good place to end the episode. So next time we meet, we will enter Torchy's trading hub, and each of you will have a chance to explore, roleplay, and spend some money. Listener, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. If you have any feedback for us, or if you just want to let us know that you liked this episode, you can send me an email at theabcgm@gmail.com. You can tweet at me, which is, Twitter is now X, and I've been kicked out of it. Eventually I will reset my password, so if you send me a message there, it'll be a minute before I get it. But we're also on Instagram, so you can do that too. Thank you for listening. This is the ABC Game Master signing off. I'll see you next time.